26 points for John Toms. Dean Smith hustling off court. And he has to be very pleased with what he saw here tonight, Billy. A 185 victory after losing 3 in a row, and his club really came back and played well tonight.
Well, they got it going in regard to the defensive end of the floor. Early in the ballgame, Wake Forest had problems with the matchup. They did not have Alvis Rogers, as we pointed out, and there was just no way that Wake Forest could match up man-to-man. And when they went to the zone, Carolina just handled the ball very well, got an awful lot of turnovers with their great defensive intensity, and it was their ball game from the outset.
And Billy, it's going to be tough for Wake. You mentioned the schedule, and now they've got Rogers, Young, and Tichy, all three injured. Tichy's still playing. We don't know the status of Danny Young. He injured the other ankle here tonight. And Rogers, of course, did not play tonight. He said at halftime he told you that he'd be back on Saturday, but if he is, he'll be back somewhat hobbled at least. So it's going to be tough for Wake, but they've shown resiliency this year.
And with Alvis Rogers, he had just started to play so well. He took over that Marquette game, probably the best game he's played all year. It looked like he was going to return to the form that he had, which was not only an offensive threat, but a defensive stopper, the kind of guy that Carl Tacey could count on to play up against the quick forward or the power forward.
Here's what Wake has left. They have to go to Maryland. They play Virginia at home, and they play North Carolina State in Raleigh, and Derek Wittenberg coming back will play this weekend for North Carolina State a little bit.
And you'd have to say that they'd have to be a decided underdog in every one of those ball games.
They'd lose them all three. That remains to be seen. Billy Pulls, really interesting. We look at North Carolina's remaining games. They've got a chance to close this out in pretty good shape. But how can you rank them? 1 week they're ranked number 1, the next week number 11. It just depends on how you're playing. Thank goodness there are tournaments to decide these things instead of polls.
Well, I think the polls were making an accurate reflection, too. As a matter of fact, I think the polls might have been a week late in regard to the way Carolina was playing. They were winning sitting that key ingredient of Derek Wittenberg, and the club has not collapsed. They're sitting in there at 16-8, a 7-4 conference record, and they've